Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Edwin back again for Strictly Comics, and I know that I said in my last video that you weren't going to see me again until 2013. Well, I guess what I meant to say was that I'm not going to do another pull list till 2013, but this is officially my last video of the year. And I thought the last one was going to be, but I forgot that I had mentioned in the video that I would probably do a review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 29. And sorry about my face and all this being dark. The lighting isn't the greatest right now, but I plan on working that for 2014. This was another really solid read, you guys. I'm really starting to enjoy TMNT more and more. Really look forward to the comic books when they come out every month. And the writing has been pretty consistent, although I do want to say that it kind of seems like the art is different, but it might not be. And the reason why I say this is because, like, April O'Neil, she has kind of a, cartoonish look to her, but the turtles look the same. So I don't know, like, the artwork just seemed kind of different, and that's one of the things that I noticed almost immediately when I started reading it. It is a really good read. It's the after effects of City Fall, with trying to deal with Leonardo getting readjusted, reacquainted with his close friends and family. But the after effects of the effects of the brainwashing are still there. He's not completely and thoroughly brainwashed like he was before, but he's still dealing with what's reality and what's not reality. So they made it. So yeah, he's just still dealing with that, and I predicted this is going to take some time. It's going to be a process before he gets back 100% to what he used to be. They did make it out of the city, and they are into the country. And right here is a scene of April O'Neil's parents' farm, where they have retired to. And at the bottom there you have Northampton Part 1. So I do want to say first that if you guys are out there and you're thinking about getting into TMNT, this is kind of a good jumping on point, but at the same time it's not. I would say that if you can, go back 7, 8 issues and read City Fall, and then start with issue number 29 that just came out. If you don't have the resources or the ability to do that, then just watch some reviews on YouTube. You can even watch my reviews on YouTube. I think I've reviewed like 3 or 4 out of the 7 or 8 issues. And kind of have that help you get caught up so you can get the sense of what's going on. Because in this issue, you're gonna read about stuff and you're gonna kind of be lost with really what's going on. So also, Leonardo, not only is he trying to cope with what's going on, but him and Raphael are still fighting with each other. So you kind of get that sense, like, what's new, and nothing has changed between the two of them, and you kind of see it right here. They're just like, face to face with each other, and then just below, right here, Leo just pounces on Raphael. So it was kind of funny to see, like, after all this, like, nothing has really changed between the two of them. And a lot of it, of course, has to do with Raphael because he's such a hothead. He has such a short fuse. So, and then also in this book, something interesting kind of surfaced. You see a tail. Actually, Leo just kind of goes out into the woods. He's like, forget y'all. I need some time. Peace out. And then Raphael sees a tail. And it's Alopex. Alopex ends up following them all the way out to the country and he kind of like hitches a ride on their van, which was funny because he pretty much knew that he was just as good as dead to the foot, and he just kind of like hitches a ride, and they don't know that he's on top of the van the whole time while they're fleeing the city, and he just shows up, and just everybody kind of freaks out because they're trying to get to this sanctuary where they need a lot of rest and to recuperate and gather all their thoughts, and they're like, oh man, now we got to deal with the foot again. So, you know, and I will say real quick, there are going to be still spoilers in here. If you guys don't want to know what's going on, you might want to click out because I'm going to tell probably almost everything that went on in the book. Also, we find out about Alopex's past. Now, some of you guys may have known this, but I didn't. I found out that Alopex actually, right here, you get kind of a flashback scene where his family was actually killed by the Shredder. I had no idea. And either he found this out for the first time, that's why he attacked the Shredder in the last issue, or they knew about it and he's using it as another sob story. I'm not sure, but this is news to me. I didn't know this, so that was kind of interesting to know. And they end up fleeing to April's parents' house way out in the country, and some information is made known about April's parents that I and probably nobody knew, but April actually had an internship at StockGen where her parents were employed at. Yeah, that's right. Her parents used to work at StockGen because April started bringing up some things about illegal experiments on animals and ooze and all this other stuff. And then her mom was like, oh, wow, I'm going to go make some tea and come back and we're going to talk all about this, about what we used to do and what kind of went on at StockGen. And that's really where we're left off. So some interesting things are really starting to come out, especially with April's parents. It kind of reminds me a little bit about Peter Parker's parents, how they were employed with Oscorp. At least I think they were in the comic books. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I kind of bailed on Amazing back in like around 400 or something. So, and that's when his parents really started to come into play. But the story's really starting to take shape here. I think we're going to find out a lot of information about StockGen, about the ooze, and probably maybe some origin and some events that took place to get the Turtles and Splinter where they're at now. Their existence. So this is a really, really good read, you guys. In conclusion, I think that the story, if you've watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie that they had back in like '89, it really reminds me a lot about that, because when they faced the Foot, they were pretty overwhelmed and exhausted, and they did the same thing. They left New York and they went to the countryside where April's parents had owned property. They weren't there in the movie, but they owned property, and it was kind of their refuge, their sanctuary in the movie. And I'm starting to see this in the comic books. So nothing really new here unless you're like 20, 25 years and younger. But it was a really solid read still overall. I would have to say that it really kept me it really kept consistent, and it kept me interactive. That's what I was looking for. It really kept me interactive throughout the entire book. I was really engaged, even though there wasn't like a lot of action or anything like that. I was really interested in some of the suspense that they were building up a little bit toward the end there. But overall, I would have to say that I would probably give this a solid 4 out of 5. The reason why I don't give it higher is because of the story doesn't really seem to be original. They're just rehashing and reinventing older stories from the movie from way back in the late 80s, early 90s. And then also because of the artwork, I felt like the artwork wasn't entirely by the same artist, and I love the artist right now on TMNT. I forget his name at the moment, please forgive me. So that's my review, you guys, of TMNT number 29. Definitely, it's worth picking up. It's such a good story, even still after City Fall. So pick it up, you guys. Let me know your thoughts underneath. And everybody, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a super duper happy New Year. And may God bless you all. And I will see you guys next year. Bye.